Welcome to Call of the Wild.
Hey everyone, this is Monstercat's weekly radio show connecting you with some of your favorite artists.
Hey everyone, this is Kill Paris.
Hey guys, this is Conroe.
What's up guys, Dion Timmer here.
And of course, a place where individuals like yourselves can take part in a global family.
Hey yo, this is Logan from Australia.
I'd like to shout out everyone who listens to Monstercat and remind you that you're awesome.
So glad I'm here.
So get yourself ready for an hour of fresh music, and it all starts right now.
With nothing to hold us back, these are the songs of the wild.
Hey, what is up? Welcome to Monstercat's Call the Wild, your one-stop everything Monstercat. The best place to hear what is new to the label and relive some all-time classics. We have a fully stacked hour ahead of us today, and I can't wait to get started. So grab a drink, grab a snack, or whatever you usually do before each show, and let's get into this. You can expect to hear spotlights from Velour, Opsky, and Arkelium, as well as a community pick and brand new exclusives. Starting off the show, this record right here is by More Plastic and Mask, called Lost in Time. And you heard it right here on Monstercat's Call the Wild.
Sweet paradise, plagiarized in the skies. I feel the blood in his eyes. I know that the soul has to go to show. Just peel the skin that you stole. of the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. I'm up in my head. I've been sitting here for too long. I'm stuck in my bed. I'm not tired, I'm trying to find out what's wrong. Time has passed on without a call. It feels too weird to ring up. I had cashed out, but feeling low. broken in your hand, you bring me back to life again. Oh, I feel the secrets on your skin. I need your heart to let me in. All my life, when I close my eyes, it's always been black and white. But tonight, you make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. Ooh, you make me dream in color.
Will I become what I became again? Will I become what I became when we were only friends? If not, I think I might just try again. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. It's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. It's the smartest way if all we stay. Will I become what I became again? Will I? Will I? Will I? Will I become what I became when we were only friends? Will I? It's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. Will I become your style or just a trend? Will I become the nothingness that you would call your friend? If not, I think I'll play this game again. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends. 'Cause I remember when you said it's the smartest way if all we stay as friends.
we are well into our show today. You just heard an amazing drum and bass spread with records like this one we are coming out of by Grabbits and Fostix. Then we heard Faint and Milk, Murdoch and Vila, and Halian, the Mazar remix of Dream in Color. Which brings us into our community pick of the week. It goes to this banger of a track. It's Rare by Going Quantum and Psychic Type. Heard right here on Monstercat's Call the Wild, hashtag COTW Radio.
got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images, yeah. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right, 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 it ain't right. You've got me saying words in
It is time for our first exclusive of the hour. This is a big collab we've been all waiting for. Here is a preview of Falling Apart by Pegboard Nerds, Stonebank, and ML, coming out on Monstercat soon. And you heard it right here on Monstercat's Call of the Wild. Let's go.
Watch my life pass me by, never knowing where I belong in a web of love and lies as you string me along. And I can't breathe, I can't see, I'm losing sight of everything. I feel the walls closing in, am I falling apart? Oh, I just wanna be free, I just wanna be free. I think I'm falling apart. Oh, I just wanna be free, free, free.
Feel this is right. I don't know, should we let go? Diving into your mind just to overflow. Are you feeling the signs? Feel the cold in your bones. Looking up to the sky to see a silver sun. I can't be the only one who always feels this way. I can't be the only one who's slowly falling. I can't be the only one who always feels this way. I can't be the only one who's slowly falling.
not forgotten about our spotlights, just waiting for the perfect time to drop them on the show. Up first is our Uncaged Spotlight of the week, and it goes to Vlour. Previewed this last week, and here it is in full. This is Anta. Enjoy. You heard it right here. Call the Wild.
The look on your face, there's no other place it could be found. It stays with me for days, and it lifts my feet up from the ground. I can see it in your eyes. You're a secret in disguise. Heavy as the sunrise, you share the moon with day and night. You can be the only one to hold the every risk you take, stripped away of hesitation. There's nothing in your way, you create your own salvation. I can feel you hypnotize, and the movement of the tide. Heavy as the sunrise, you share the moon with day and night. You can be the only one to
Next up is our Instinct Spotlight of the Week, and it's Offski with Not Afraid. Let us know on socials what you think using hashtag COTW Radio or drop some love in the comments. Enjoy and stay tuned. We have another exclusive coming up in just a few minutes before we land our Silk Spotlight of the Week. Call the Wild. Hashtag COTW Radio. Let's go. was Somebody Like You by Vice Tone featuring Lena Leon. Next up on the show, and just in time, here is all new, unreleased Bishu featuring the vocals of Casey Cook. This is Solid Ground. You heard it here first on Monstercat's Call the Wild.
But it's hard to hide what's in your eyes. No words I say will change where you are. Can't break your fall, but I can be there when you call. You call. Trust me that you're love free, baby. I can be your solid ground, your solid ground. Trust me when it's heavy, I can hold you when you're spinning out. On solid ground, on solid ground. Trust me, oh, trust me, oh, trust me, you're walking the line 1,000 times. As soon as it's good, it turns to fire. No words I say will change where you are. Can't break your fall, but I can be there when you call. You call. Trust me that you're love free, baby. I can be your solid ground, your solid ground. Trust me when it's heavy, I can hold you when you're spinning out. On solid ground, on solid ground. Trust me, oh, trust me, oh, trust me,
And that is just about all the time we have today. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure to support the show and all the artists by searching for them on your favorite music streaming platforms. Monstercat Call the Wild to follow the show for weekly episodes. Now, let's wrap up with our Silk Spotlight of the week. It goes to Arkelium with a new one called Threads. Enjoy and let us know what you think. Catch you all back here, same time, same place next week on Call the Wild. Until then, later days.